I'm back. Now, hopefully, you guys have a good day today. I just wanted to come say hey. But no, I hope you guys have a good day and stuff. So, yeah. I'm vibing, of course. No complaints. I don't know how well you guys can see me. It's bright. But well, guess it'll be fun. So, yeah. I know I always talk about, like, when I get my energy back and stuff, I always have to, I always talk about, whenever I get my energy back, I usually have to, be alone a lot, or, where it's quiet and everything. And that tends to give me my energy back, because I know it just seems like when I'm in quiet spots and alone a lot, I get my energy back that way, versus being out in a crowd and stuff. I guess, I'm more of an introvert than extrovert, so I've always been like that. So whenever, I could be in a crowd sometimes for a little bit, but not all the time, because then I'll start getting, anxiety and stuff. But that's when I go and, I stay alone for a little bit, and then I get my energy back. But that's just me. But I guess that's, what happens with a lot of introverts. And extroverts, they usually get their energy from other people and being out, in crowds and stuff. That's how they get their energy. So, I don't know, Innies are, energy conservators. But I would say I'm more of an Innie than Outtie, but I know how to ration it out. So, if I am in crowds and stuff, I know how to act. I don't, get anxiety anymore and stuff like that. So, that's just me. And then I was reading, introverts, they usually have more blood flow that goes to their frontal lobes, which is their behavioral system. So they have more blood flow to their frontal lobes, and which helps them process information. It might take them longer to process information, or pretty much think things through before they act. So their brains, their frontal lobes are more stimulated with blood flow, versus extroverts. Extroverts have more blood flow in the back of their brains, which helps them more with their emotional, it stimulates more of their emotional side of themselves, and they actually want to be on the go a lot more than the introverts, of course. But I thought that was pretty interesting. They actually did a study on it, and it explains a lot, because I do that too. I usually go within a lot, and I do think things through before I actually act upon them. So I thought that was pretty interesting. But it's crazy, because my boys, they're more Innies than Outties. And it's good to balance it out though with the kids and stuff, because they it's good for them to balance it out and know not to be too much of an introvert, because so that way when they're out in crowds and out at parties and stuff, they wouldn't have such anxiety being around people. So I remember my oldest, he's like me, he's more like me. And so he's the type where we'll go out to the store or go somewhere fun, and he'd be like, no, I just want to stay home. And I'm like, dude, it's fun, he'd be like, no, I'm good, I want to stay here. So I knew he's more like an Innie like me. And so every now and then I'll just pull him out the house with us anyway, make him come, so that way he'll learn how to act around certain people or groups of people, so he won't have anxiety when he's alone in a group. So it's good to kind of help them, even if they're mainly an Innie, it's good to let them experience being out around other kids and stuff too, so that way they can know like how to act in certain situations, or not have so much anxiety around certain people or a group functioning or things of that sort. So yeah, it's crazy because like one of my nephews, I used to watch him a lot, like babysit him when he's young, and he's really straight up outie, like for real. He be on the go. He's all this ambition, and so when I would watch him, he'd be on the go, 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 you know, like about that life. And so what I would do, what I found that helped him, literally like unbelievably, because I used to watch it. I watched the Discovery Channel a lot, and so when I was watching him one day, he was on the go, you know. And so I was like, I gotta calm him down. So I put on Discovery Channel, and he actually liked it. He calmed down and he was quiet, and I was like, oh God, this works. So every time I would watch him, I would put on Discovery Channel, and he liked the sea monsters or the sea creatures. And so we would watch that one a lot together. And he would actually watch it with me. And he'd be so fascinated about it. And so it made me happy. And so that's what I would do when I would watch him. I would just put on Discovery Channel after a while, like him run out and play, you know. And then I'll put on Discovery Channel and let him watch it. And he'll calm down for a little bit. But just to have that balance, so that way, even if he's an outie, like sometimes tap into like being an innie for a little bit, so that way when it's time for him to go to sleep or to calm down, he won't be so rebellious, and he'll know how to switch gears pretty much. So yeah. But I know some outies, like let's say like a parent told her daughter, which was a innie, let's say she's an innie, and she told her to give the ball back to the other kid and stop, you know, and told her no, you know, the innie would most likely would do it. She'll probably just stop. Even if she's excited, she'll probably stop and do what the mom told her to do, because she's so used to knowing when to stop. And so she'll probably stop and give the ball or whatever back to the kid and do what the mother tell her to. Versus the outie probably wouldn't want to stop, because they're always on the go and want to move around and stuff. So that's why it's good to like help them with both, so that way they know when to stop and when to go, you know. And if you constantly like always telling your outie child like calm down, stop, you know, it's good to kind of like redirect their energy, like especially if you're always like yelling at them to stop instead of, for them to not be like rebellious and feel like you're trying to like chastise them or something like that. It's good to kind of like redirect their energy, especially if you're always telling them no and to stop. It's good to like let it out some other way, like maybe go play basketball or jump on a trampoline, you know, so that way they can calm down and get all their energy out. But it's good to like set limits, so that way they can calm down sometimes, so you don't have to scream at them all the time. And that way when they know when it's time to go to bed or to calm down, they'll do it without being rebellious, you know. So it's good to like throw that in every now and then, so they won't be constantly on the go. And it's good for innies to go out and be on the go sometimes, so that way they can learn how to act in certain situations and group settings. Because I used to get anxiety around people when I was younger, because I was so used to being alone and stuff. I couldn't stand being around like groups of people. But now I know how to like ration it out, so I won't be like have anxiety and stuff, you know. But I taught myself that. But yeah, it's good to do that, and yeah. Like the innies, they use the instead of choline, it's like a neurotransmitter that they actually use. They mainly use. It's called acetylcholine, I believe. If I'm saying it wrong, you could correct me. But it's like acetylcholine or something like that. But they use that neurotransmitter the most, and that helps them actually think through situations before acting, or they take more time pretty much doing things like maybe walking, talking, eating, which is true because I used to eat really slow. Like, I still eat slow, but I used to be really slow at eating, and people would be like, are you done yet? Like, we gotta go. And I'd be looking at them like, are y'all stomachs hurting yet? Because they be eating so fast to me. But and then I walk slow too. So that's true. But the acetylcholine, like, it helps. It's like a neurotransmitter that Innies use, so it helps them like calm down and like think before they act, pretty much. And that's what the main neurotransmitter that they actually use to in life when they actually are doing certain things. But you know, the lack of that, it actually when you're lacking that neurotransmitter, it actually could throw off your balance, and it makes it harder for you to learn things, and it could throw you off pretty much. And like, if you have a deficiency in that, it actually could cause memory loss. And that's like the main one of the main neurons that people with Alzheimer's actually have a deficiency in whenever they do develop Alzheimer's disease. So it's good to have that. But I do know that like the extroverts, they use dopamine a lot. And I'm sure I talked about dopamine before, like a long time ago, about other videos. So that makes sense. Like the extroverts, they use the dopamine transmitter mainly, which is if it feels good, they do it. You know, it's like, okay, they'd be like on a natural high. But it's like the most addictive neurotransmitter, which I could see because I like dopamine. Like, if it feels good, like, it, you know, it gives you that energy. But that's what extroverts actually, they mainly use that neurotransmitter. So yeah, I can see that though. That's probably why they're always on the go, and like that they get their energy from like others and being out in crowds and stuff, and it pumps them up and they like it. So that makes sense. But with me, I know like I have to like usually have to chill out so I can get my energy back instead of being out in crowds. And sometimes, but I know how to switch it off and be out in the crowds and stuff too, because I know how to balance it out if I have to. But it's not my number one choice. But anyway, it's funny. But that's why I go in and I get my energy that way. And then once I build up my energy, then I could go out and do whatever, you know, until it gets drained again. That's just me. But anywho, I hope that you guys have a good day and staying positive, of course. I am doing me, so yeah. But I'm gonna get out of here, let y'all go and do my thing. So I love you guys, and I'll probably see y'all tomorrow. We'll see though. Maybe though. Most likely. We'll see. I don't know. No, we'll see. Love you guys though. Have a good day. Bye.